Hello and welcome to Mystery Us. I'm Tony Pratt, your host for Mystery Us, and today on our program we have a very interesting guest, Mr. Barry Jernigan. Welcome to Mystery Us, Barry.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay, now Barry, you have something about you that is very unusual. Now, do you know what it is, or do you have a theory as to what this is? And we'll actually demonstrate it later in the show. What we're talking about here. For now, it's remaining a mystery. Now, you used to work at NSA, right?
Yes.
Now, what was your job description there?
Well, I was actually in the United States Air Force, and I was an Arabic cryptologic linguist.
Right.
That was what I did in the military for 6 years. About 3 of those years were spent at NSA.
Arabic cryptolinguist? So
yeah.
you decipher code in Arabic, basically?
Well, no, actually, what we mostly did was listen to radio communications.
Okay.
There are satellites and the radio communications of the Arab militaries. We would intercept them and then listen to them.
Now, you have a manifestation of a phenomena that is, maybe it is radio communications itself. I mean, it's You've been receiving some kind of signal. It's been going on for how long?
I would say probably the first time was maybe 2002, I would say probably, if I can remember back. The years are kind of slipping away, but I think it was about 2002 that I first started making these sounds, or these
now,
utterances.
Is this something you're just hearing in your head, or it's like it's just transmitting through you, or how's it work?
It's just always there. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not really.
There.
I mean, maybe it's kind of in my head. I mean, I could probably hear it in my head a little bit as well. But
Right.
I think it's just basically it's just there. It's just always there.
And so you can just choose to let it come out.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Do you think this is a language that you're receiving these messages, or?
Well, my latest theory actually is that it's part of a language. It's kind of like music. When you have a song, you have the music, and then you have the lyrics of the song.
Yeah.
And the musical notes, I think that's what this is, because it's very repetitive. It's the same phrases over and over again, but it's in kind of a pattern, but it changes, just like
Right.
musical notes. And then I think what basically are missing are the words
Yeah.
that would go with it to actually form the song. So I think it's like part of a message. I don't think it's the entire message. It's like the musical part of the message. That's my current theory on it, basically. Because it doesn't seem to be a human language of any kind, because I can't make it make sense in any human language. It's similar to Arabic, but I know Arabic and it's not Arabic, so.
Okay, well, before we drive everybody crazy,
Okay.
let's go ahead and let you demonstrate a little bit of it, and then we'll see what you think may be the root origin of it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Emma Tatsan Takarvizini, Taktahajana Mastane Karvizini, Emma Karvizini, Desinamastane Karvizini, Emma Katastani Tastane Karvizini, Emma Disinamastane Karvizini, Emma Karvizini, Tastane Taktajane Mastane Karvizini, Emma Karvizini, Taktastan Katastani Matajane Matastane Taktajdane, Taktahajane Mastane Karvizini, Emma Karvizini, Tastani Mastane Karvizini, Emma Karvizini, Tastani Taktahajane Mastane Karvizini.
Okay. Does that match any known language that you know of? Have
Not
you
that I know of,
tried
no.
to compare? You're being a language expert. I mean, you're uniquely qualified to try to figure out. Does it seem like I mean, what do you think the origin of this? I mean, what are your theories?
Possibly an alien language, but I don't know. I know one time I did see something on television, and the people were speaking Finnish, and I thought it was very similar in a way to Finnish. So maybe it's something similar to a Finnish or a Finno-Ugric language, from the former Soviet Union or something like that, possibly. But I really don't know.
Maybe it's the Nordic alien.
I thought it was maybe like Pashtun or Kyrgyz or Uzbek or Farsi, which is what they speak in Iran.
Right.
And then I was picking up some kind of transmissions in reference to some impending, disaster, or terrorist activity, but nothing like that has happened. So, like it's some kind of psychic thing, that I was picking that up.
Okay, now you have another ability of making some sounds too, and that's also a reason why you might think there's some kind of alien or extraterrestrial origin.
Yes.
Or you have, just aside from the fact that you have this unique ability and I can't really describe what it is, but It's sounds, and we have a video of you doing these sounds on YouTube, but you don't really have a, I mean, you don't know 100% for sure what it is. You think it might be a transmission from somewhere else, or it's just like this other language that you're hearing. Do you or do you think the two things are connected?
I don't know. They may be connected. Sometimes when I'm making some of the other sounds, there is I can put them, you know, with the language in a way, and they kind of match in a way. But I think basically what a lot of that is kind of like when a baby learns to talk. You know, they're not quite forming words yet. They can only say da da and mama and things like that. And I think basically that's the stage that I'm at in that. I only know the basic, you know, how to make the sounds, and I don't really know what the words mean or the language or anything like that. You know, I don't know that part of it at all.
Okay, well, you want to give us a little bit of that, and then we can compare the two, about 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, we won't freak people out too long here on the TV show. We have a more extended version that is up on YouTube that you can check out, and there's a lot of other sounds other than what he was doing there. That's just kind of how it starts. And
and my throat's kind of dry. I can usually do a lot more.
Yeah. So this is it's almost reminiscent of a reptile. So it would be maybe
I've never heard a reptile do that, Tony.
Reptilian alien. Reptiles don't really do that. I mean, well, like some of the sounds are almost reminiscent that are on the YouTube video of a Gila monster, or it's like this sound.
So I'm not familiar with that.
Coming from, it's just like a kind of a whooshing sound. I can't do it, of course.
I know the aliens in the movie Signs actually had a similar way of communicating. I thought. Okay. That was something that I noticed.
Now, have you studied ufology and abductee phenomena and that type of thing? You think it's related to any of those?
I mean, I believe for years that I was an alien abductee. You know, not only an alien abductee, but also a military government abductee as well.
Right.
You know,
that's
even as
my
a child,
labs.
I was taken.
So, would that be my labs?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the military abductee, for those who don't know what we're talking about, are abductees that are not really abducted by aliens, or there may be aliens present, but it's in association with the United States military or some kind of military.
Some elements of, you know.
Does it seem like, I mean, is there any evidence to believe that it is U.S. military, or is it just some unknown?
In my case, it's U.S. military. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you know or think that is the purpose of this program? Why are they abducting people? And, you know.
I think they want to find out about the aliens. They want to find out what's going on. In fact, Mark Davenport, who was a friend of mine,
Mark Davenport is a deceased UFO researcher who was a friend of mine also. Really man of high integrity, and you know, he passed away from cancer.
Yeah. He told me that he believed what happens in reference to the implants that people have in them.
Right.
The aliens put in implants, and then the people in the military abduct the humans, and they take those implants out and put their own implants in because they want to know what's going on when the people are abducted and when they're with the aliens and what's going on in that environment. So he believed that was going on in
So they're
in that
trying to figure out
what they're up against, if they believe they're up against anything, or in the past, like maybe back in the 60s or whatever, they might have thought they were up against a hostile force, and so that's why they were doing that.
So,
possibly then.
I mean, is this part of a possible hybridization program?